Okay, there it is, the whole reason we left Texas, buddy. The giant pistachio. We can go back home now. What do you think? Pistachios and wine, it's a good combination. Oh boy, what are you doing? Give me a sandy cookie. There you go, shake it off. You have sand in all your cracks and crevices. Hey guys, so it looks like we're going to be making a little unscheduled stop here today. We originally had plans to head all the way down to White Sands and then keep on going further down across New Mexico to stop for the night. We have some high winds tonight. I was checking the weather last night. I knew the winds were going to get bad, so we left early this morning, wanted to get over some mountains while we could, and made it over those fine before the wind started picking up. We figured we'd get over the mountains and then check to see how things look and go from there. And it's just going to be ramping up today. It's going to be gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, steady winds of 30 plus. So we stopped just north of White Sands in the Alamogordo, New Mexico area. I think we're going to just get a spot for the night. Maybe just take the truck over to White Sands today and see how it is. If White Sands, if the experience isn't that good because it's too windy, we may just actually go back tomorrow morning and do White Sands and then continue our trip up to the Petrified Forest tomorrow. So that's kind of plans from now. So you can see we kind of just stopped over at a travel center. We made reservations to stop at a place just down the road, but they don't check in until noon. So we're kind of just hanging out here for the next hour, killing some time until we can check in. Here's the crew hanging out on the side of the road while we buy our time until we can go check into the campground here at noon. So, just killing some time, had a little bite to eat, and I guess that's the nice thing about pulling your house down the road. You can just stop, pull over anytime you want, and grab a bite to eat and wait it out. We were going to push on through the wind today and just kind of keep our plans as they were, stop at White Sands and for a few hours and then continue on. But we kind of figured it would ruin the White Sands experience, and no sense towing with 40, 45 mile per hour gusts and steady wind to 30. So we're going to play it safe, stop for the night, and switch things up, and it'll still work out. I thought I'd take you guys through a quick walkthrough of what I do every time I stop and get fuel or stop for rest area or any stops for that matter. Now, I'm not stopped for fuel right now, as we just talked about. We're just kind of waiting here until we can just head 5 miles down the road and check in at our campground. But when we did pull here, I stopped and I did a full walkthrough, and I'll just take you guys through that real quick and just show you everything I check. Make sure nothing's going on wrong with the camper, truck, and all that stuff. So let's go check it out. So one of the first things I check when I'm getting fuel, or if you walk away from your camper to go inside, use the restroom, and you come back, I always check my hitch, check my connections, check my safety chains. I come over here and I look in the back of the truck, and I like to check my breakaway cables, my 7-way connectors, make sure everything's plugged in, connected, and just check. You want to look back there, make sure nothing got tangled up if you have anything else in the truck, and that's gonna, force the breakaway cable to pop out when it's not supposed to. So I make sure all that stuff looks good. We have a turnover ball, so I like to check the handle down here, because anybody could just walk by and just pull that handle right back out and loosen things up. As I walk back down here, I like to check my feet, make sure everything looks good with the feet to the camper. I always check these little things right here, make sure nothing's vibrated loose so that doesn't come off. Make sure the baggage doors look good. I always lock them before we leave. I check my slide outs, make sure nothing looks like it's coming out for any reason, or make sure the windows are locked down. And I'll check out my tires. We do have a tire pressure monitor system. We have the TST 507. I'll put a link to that up here if you guys want to check it out. We got it from Techno RV. which is a great company to get it from. They have how-to videos and everything like that. So we already know pretty much how hot they're running, the PSI, but I still come over here, put a hand on them, feel them. If the hubs are running hot, make sure there's no unusual tread wear, just anything out of the ordinary. I give my center hangers a quick look, make sure I don't see any kind of cracks or anything that's looking like it's about to break off. And then I'll poke my head under here and look across at my leaf springs on both sides. Make sure I don't see anything strange hanging down. Again, check for cracks. I'll do that real quick. And I'll do a full walk around the camper. Another thing you want to check on your fridge, these have been known to turn really easy and don't want that flying off. I'll continue all the way around to the back. If you have a bike rack, or if you have any kind of storage rack back here, I'll check my pin down there, make sure everything's secure back here. I just kind of look up and down the camper, check my slides once again. And I'll finish all the way up on this side. Always, check all 4 tires, and the same thing, checking for unusual tread wear, any lumps in the tires, just anything that looks out of the ordinary. And when I say looks out of the ordinary, I'm pretty much talking about something like this. So you guys will want to stay tuned till the end of the video, where I'm going to give you a sneak peek of next week's episode, where you can see where we obviously had some troubles and issues on the side of the road and we're stranded for 6 hours. I'll check the leaf springs, I'll look across the other way, and I'll check the leaf springs on the other side, just give the axles a quick look. And you're just looking for anything that looks out of the ordinary, that looks like it may be ready to go, cracked, bent, just anything that's loose, things like that. Check your, we have our door obviously open right now, but I make sure I check the door, make sure the handle is closed, everything's locked on that. Finish up with my baggage stores, check my other feet, make sure no jacks are falling down. And I usually finish up with just a full walk around the truck. So that's just a quick one-over I do every time I stop to get gas. Usually while it's fueling up, I'll go ahead and do my walk around, make sure everything's looking good. You'd be surprised at some of the little things you may find that have loosened up or popped out or changed, and definitely a good time to catch anything before it happens on the road. And again, if you do leave the camper and your truck and you come back to it, just definitely check your hitch connections and make sure everything's still good. Don't want anybody who thinks it's funny coming along and unhitching something or loosening something up, a pole and a pin. So just good advice on the road. Okay, so we're kind of trying plan B here, right? We're still heading to White Sands, just got the camper attached. We're gonna go see if it's not too windy, we can still enjoy the day there. But if it's gusting 45 and just pelting us with sand and visibility's bad, I don't know. We called ahead and kind of asked him about it. What did he say?
He said you can kind of get turned around, disoriented out there.
Well, I know if you go out on the trail, sure.
There's not good visibility. And he said, you will get pelted with sand. So he said, it's up to you, but when there's a wind advisory, sometimes it can be pretty rough.
So we figured we're here anyways. We got a campground for the night, so we'll go over there, check it out, and if it's just not a good day for it, we'll hitch up tomorrow morning, and on our way out, we'll try again, because tomorrow's a pretty nice day. So. And
right next to the campground, we can't be at White Sands. Right next to the campground is like 2 or 3 wineries, so hey, we're fine.
Yeah, and the world's largest pistachio.
I think so.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see how this goes. Officially our 2-year anniversary of full timing, and it's windy like it always is. One day we're gonna go somewhere where it's not windy. They even advised you to stay on the trail today because the visibility is so bad, so people don't get lost. But yeah, 2 years on the road, babe. Mwah. Happy anniversary! Made it to White Sands. Time for a little picnic lunch, huh? PB&J time. What we thought was great was they have plenty of places to pull over and park, just like this one here. They have quite a few of these throughout the park, and it's totally camper accessible. In fact, we were going to bring our fifth wheel through here today, but obviously because of the winds, we weren't able to. And a lot of the little places have all these little picnic tables that are kind of sheltered from the wind, so you can stop, have some lunch, but very camper accessible. The roads are fine, everything's hard packed. So we really thought that was cool about the park. And don't forget, with the park pass, the National Park Pass, you just get in for free instead of paying. Despite the high winds, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's not too bad when you hide behind a sand dune from winds, you wouldn't even know it.
So you get up to the crest of the hill.
And then you get hit with some good 40-mile-per-hour wind. But now this is pretty cool. A day at the beach without the ocean.
Got him.
Just finished up White Sands, and despite the heavy winds, I was happy with it at the time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really good.
How many stars, buddy, out of 5 stars? 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Did you like it better than Carlsbad Caverns?
No, I like Carlsbad Caverns. Got a double badge.
Yep, you got another Junior Ranger badge, and we had about a pound of sand in his pockets. Pull out of there.
Yeah, we had to take his, strip him down real quick before we left, and then shake everything out, and we're still going to be finding sand, I'm sure, for days.
And again, it was nice. We just used our park pass, so we just, got in for free, and that thing's pretty much paid for now after 2 parks.
I think it was $25 a carload.
Yeah, so
That one.
it's nice. And again, it's another thing that unless you're really into hiking and doing some serious hikes out there, you don't need an all-day thing to kind of do it. I mean, 2 hours would be nice. And, yeah, but we just really enjoyed. Had a little lunch out there. It was pretty cool. And now, what do you think? Time to go get some wine?
I think it's wine tasting time.
Asparagus, and there's just a flutter of like a nutty Edam cheese. Wow.
Let's go get some wine. Sounds good. A good way to close out the day.
We pass a goddamn gas station every 100 yards for 1,000 miles. You end up walking your ass off. This is no way to run a desert. Done. I'm dead. I'm finished.
So we've had some issues, as you can see. Tire come off of here. Looks like we hit some pretty bad potholes, so I don't know. It looks like the hub actually came off of there, and we may have to get towed. So we'll see what happens here.
That was good. Sam following up, and I let her know that I was pretty darn disappointed in the way this has been handled.
You are going into hour 4?
4th hour, yep.
Fourth
It's been about
hour,
4 hours since we've been
And
on with
we've
Buffett.
come to the conclusion that we're going to cancel our Good Sam's membership. Pretty much useless. They tried to call a bunch of places, I guess. We were supposed to get a call back. We called them again, so we got no call back. And 2 hours later, no call, no nothing. They pretty much just basically couldn't find anybody, I think.